Hi everyone, Shaked Bautalis here. Yours and mine and everyone else out there. And Shugi, the Carolina Panthers lost. And I mean, they lost 25-3 to the New York Football Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, as a Carolina Panthers fan, this is absolutely embarrassing result. Carolina Panthers come into the game, lost 3 games in a row with a record of 3-3. The Giants came into the game with a record of 1-5. Now I get it. My Panthers were playing without Christian McCaffrey, Shaq Thompson, J.C. Owen, Miles Ausfield, Stephon Gilmore. So I get it. They were dealing with injuries. But the Giants were playing without Saquon Barkley, without the wide receiver that they draft out of Florida. Pretty good wide receiver. They were also playing without Sterling Shepard and other key players. So, ladies and gentlemen, injuries, my friend, is a bunch of excuses. Because at the end of the day, in the NFL, it's all about the next man's up. So, why the Carolina Panthers lost today? Of course, you can say Carolina Panthers gave up 25 points, so the defense, they lost because of the defense. And if you have watched my videos before, which I greatly appreciate everyone who's watching them, you've noticed I've been harsh critics of the Carolina Panthers defense, and specifically Phil Snow, defensive coordinator. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be brutal honest with you. The reason why the Carolina Panthers lost today is because of offense of coordinator Joe Brady, head coach Matt Rule, and because of Sam Darnold, the Carolina Panthers quarterback, the entire offensive line. Ladies and gentlemen, putting up 3 points in an NFL game, it's totally unacceptable. Carolina Panthers offense, for the entire game, they finished with under 200 yards. The vast majority of it, they got on the first drive, where they settled for a field goal by Zion Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen, what we saw today was absolutely embarrassing performance by the Carolina Panthers. We saw a team today that has no heart, no soul. And you know what frustrates me, ladies and gentlemen? We as fan base, we spend money on jerseys. We spend money in the concession stands, which is not very cheap, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to the concession stand inside of Bank of America Stadium, we spend money on tickets to watch a Carolina Panthers play. And all we get back in return is a bunch of effortless guys who have no heart, no soul. And sure, some might say, Shaked, oh, saying have no heart, no soul, it might be a very strong statement. How can you back it out? And the way I can back it out, ladies and gentlemen, is by the Carolina Panthers scoring 3 points. By Sam Darnold, if you watch my videos, when the Panthers were playing well, and even against Dallas when they lost, I stated Sam Darnold, I believe, is a top 10 starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a franchise quarterback. And ladies and gentlemen, for 1 second, you will have to excuse me. This is how I feel. Embarrassed. Embarrassed by Sam Darnold. Embarrassed by the Carolina Panthers offense. embarrassed by Joe Brady, embarrassed by Matt Rule. We absolutely got embarrassed today. And you know what, my friend? You're not going to win every game. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to lose, at least play out. At least play smart. At least don't commit stupid penalties or make extremely stupid overthrowing the ball to the wide receiver by 10 yards, resulting in an interception in the red zone. At least don't make bad throws where the wide receiver or tight end is so open that you miss him, wide open. At least don't hold on to the ball forever when you can check it down to a running back who is next to you, or throw the ball out of bounds. And I'm not blaming Sam Darnold for the entire loss, because the offensive line, at times they were okay, at times they gave up sacks. The wide receivers, at times they were okay, at other times they had easy drop pass. The same applied to the running back. But ladies and gentlemen, something has to be changed. The Carolina Panthers cannot, and I repeat, cannot, go into tomorrow, watch film, and not make a coaching change. And I'm not saying Matt Rule should be fired. He probably won't be fired. But if I was David Tepper, I would fire offensive coordinator Joe Brady, and I would seriously bench Sam Darnold for the rest of the season. Now, I understand, and I saw Matt Rule press conference where he made a bunch of excuses, and he stated Sam Darnold will be our starters moving forward. Now, I want to be clear about something. What we saw from P.J. Walker when he replaced Sam Darnold wasn't encouraging, none whatsoever. So I'm not saying P.J. Walker is the answer. He's definitely not. But the same applied to Sam Darnold, who played one of his worst game in Carolina Panthers' short career. Sure, last week he had a couple of bad interceptions. The previous weeks, again, he had a couple of bad interceptions. But honestly, the last 2 weeks, he looked not as bad as he did today. And sure, today, only one interception. So one might say, wow, only one interception. Last week, the previous week, he had over 5 interceptions. So you presume today he played better. But if you look at the statistic, the answer is, my friend, Sam Darnold played worse today than he did last week, than the previous week, and so on. Now the defense, I'm going to say this. They are not fully responsible for the loss, but it's very frustrating, and I get it, it's late, but it's very frustrating to see them allow a rushing touchdown late in the game. And again, I get it. They are not fully responsible for the game, for the result. They played pretty well for most part of the game. They got pressure on Daniel Jones. They got a couple of sacks. Unfortunately, they didn't come up with any turnovers. But at the same time, my friend, allowing a rushing touchdown late, even if the game has already been decided, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, and you can agree or disagree with it, which is fine. My opinion, it's about effort. It's about effort, and this is totally unacceptable. But again, I'm not stating the defense is responsible for the loss today. They were not, absolutely not. But that rushing touchdown late, it's totally unacceptable. So, how do the Carolina Panthers go forward from this embarrassing performance? we might turn to Shugi. Shugi, you have an answer? Shugi, you have an answer? Unfortunately, as you can see, there is no answer. There is no answer how the Carolina Panthers move forward from this. Now, let me be clear about something. I've seen rumors reported by Joe Pelson of the Athletics and other well-respectable national media and local NFL media beat writers indicated the Carolina Panthers are involved, are seriously involved, however you want to characterize this. They're in talk potentially with the Houston Texans about acquiring starting quarterback Deshaun Watson. Let me be clear as I can be, clear and precise as I can be, ladies and gentlemen. On the field, talent-wise, without a doubt, Deshaun Watson is a franchise starting quarterback. Top 5 best quarterback in the NFL, maybe top 10, but definitely in the 5 to 10 range as far as being the best starting quarterback in the NFL. There is no question that talent-wise, if the Carolina Panthers acquire Deshaun Watson, of course, depending on the cost, the Carolina Panthers, probably their record right now wouldn't be 3-4. There would probably be maybe 7-0. Because at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson is a franchise quarterback, a game changer. He has great mobility. He has pretty good throwing arm. Is everything you're looking forward in a franchise quarterback. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, Deshaun Watson is dealing with 22 civil lawsuits. 10 of them might go to the grand jury for indictment. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not judge or jury. Deshaun Watson is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But all I'm stating is, with someone who is dealing with 22 civil lawsuits, 10 going to the grand jury, potentially for indictment, I wouldn't want the Carolina Panthers to trade for him. I mean, I know he's going to make the Carolina Panthers better, football-wise. But unless all 22 lawsuits are completely dismissed by the court, not because of settlement, but because the court stating that all 22 lawsuits are completely false and inaccurate, I don't want the Carolina Panthers to trade for him. I mean, winning is important. Winning is very important. But at the same time, winning is not as important as having someone on the team, potentially you're trading for, who is dealing with extremely serious allegations. And again, those are allegations. He is innocent until proven guilty. But the question is, are you sure? Are you 100% sure that all of those lawsuits will be dismissed by the court? If you are 100% sure, and you have intelligent, you have inside information, you have some sort of information where you know that all 22 lawsuits, including the 10 that are going to the grand jury, will not be indicted. They will be completely dismissed by the court. If that is the case, absolutely trade for Deshaun Watson. I would give up 2 or 3 first-round pick and a player or two. Not Brian Burns or Jeremy Chin or Deshaun Jackson, but other players I might give up for a franchise quarterback named Deshaun Watson. But even if just one of the 22 is proven to be right. The lawsuit proven to be correct. If I'm the Carolina Panthers, even though trading for Deshaun Watson will make my team better, immorally, I cannot do it. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. The Carolina Panthers, next week, they will be traveling to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Shakir Bartal is signing off, as well as Shuggy Bartal is signing off.